a lot of people will see it. It's going live on YouTube and a number of Facebook places. So while it gets ready to live stream, we're going to dive right in. So welcome everyone. My name is Rachel Garcia and I'm coming to you live from Bozeman, Montana. I actually live in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. I've been traveling around the state of Montana for the week that you're watching now or on a Facebook page or YouTube. I am also traveling and meeting people face to face who've seen the previous live or who's watched a video of some sort and has some questions about information or have been involved with the company on kind of a superficial level for the last month and want to learn more. And so have a group of people gather to be with them one day. So let me dive into why I'm taking time out of my life to get you this information. I found out about this company. I was practicing medicine as a physician assistant. I saw somewhere between 60 to 70 patients a day in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. I worked 14-hour days and wrote over 200 prescriptions a day. I had just had my second child, so I had a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old. My husband and I both worked full-time jobs, and we had just invested in 2 separate businesses because we are fans of multiple streaming. That I never saw my kids, and we had a nanny who was essentially raising them, and they called her mom. And it was driving me additional streams of income. Invested $100,000 in 2 separate businesses, and so one was a skincare retail store with employees and taxes and paperwork and a more location, and the other was a construction company. I have no time, not interested. No. And they said, you can say no. Just give us an educated no. Don't say no, no. I said, look at what I'm sharing with you. And literally within 5 minutes, I was like, oh, I'm definitely interested in this. And people are interested in this. I was interested in this not for the passive income. Although I'll ask you this, is there anything you're doing right now that if you spend 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week on it, it will pay you a weekly check for decades to come? That's what you have your hands on right here. My nephew was diagnosed with severe autism. And as I sat with my sister, and they said that he would never speak. He screamed all day long. He was 3. He was still in diapers. And we were told he would always be in diapers. So I went on kind of a health journey. I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences as a PA. And with that, I began to do extensive research. And I'm not talking about Google, to medical library and reading published studies on autism and what they thought caused it. And that research led me to the understanding of the extreme, and I knew I was failing miserably. I was writing until my nephew's died. Dollars worth of supplements, and that's where we were. When I saw this, I saw it had been used in 30 years. And I am in. I knew I couldn't out research 30 years of practice. But it's like enough. Wow. My son's with somebody the other night. I start speaking. And that's when I decided I have to share it. And I began sharing it with others because I felt morally obligated to share it. And checks started to come in. And these were weekly checks. And they weren't big at first. They would nothing from this company. And listen, you guys, as a healthcare provider, that, hoping you guys can hear me. I apologize for that. It's the first time I've totally lost connection doing this daily, but I am in Montana. And so I know things are a little bit different here. So we're going to try to jump back in and hopefully we don't lose connection again. I joined for the simplicity. This solved problems for me. I knew I couldn't out-research 30 years of clinical practice, usage of this cleanse, balance, build philosophy. I compared the products to what I had at my house, and this was better. So I joined. It was real because we saw results, and then I started to share it, and those people saw results. In fact, 93% of people who start with our starter package are still consuming products months later. Repeat purchase over and over and over again. Why would they do that? Well, because it works. That's why they do it. And so I want to ask you a question. First, do you have a subscription to Amazon? I pulled a room last night and 100% of the hands in Kalispell, Montana went up and said, yes, we have a subscription to Amazon. So I pulled that same room 5 years ago and 30% of the hands went up. And so if somebody had come to you 15 years ago and said, there's this company called Amazon. It's e-commerce is the future. It's going to be huge. We would love you to partner with us. And you tell people about Amazon and they end up choosing to join Amazon, this membership club that ships products to your house, because you told them you're going to get 10 to 50% of everything they purchase for the rest of your life. And whoever they tell, would you have joined? Would you have gotten involved with that company? Some people maybe would have. Some people maybe said, what's Amazon? That sounds weird. Isn't that like where snakes in the jungle is? Now 100% of people have subscriptions, typically, in the rooms that I'm with and people I'm with, purchasing from Amazon on a regular basis. What if you had gotten involved in a company like that? See, that's what Pure is like. I believe that 100% of families across the country should have memberships to Pure. Pure is the best nutrition that you can find. It's the best. I compared it to everything out there. It's more affordable than comparable options, and it's the best, and it gives results. When people say, well, what makes Pure different? Why should I buy my calcium from Pure? Why should I buy omegas from Pure? There's a few different reasons. I want you to, first of all, think of a business. If you're going to start a business, you want be something that 100% of the demographic wants to buy it. Not like my skincare store where only women who bought $100 skincare every month would, that was a small demographic. Okay. This is for every man, every woman, every child, even their dogs and their cats. Everybody with a body needs this nutrition. Sooner or later, they need nutrition, and they figure out that if you don't take care of your number one asset, it will come back to bite you later in life. Most of us take better care of these and our cars and our houses that we live in instead of our actual home where our soul lives. This is the best of the best. Okay, why else are we different? We're a consumable product. We all have friends probably whose kids sell Cutco knives or Pampered Chef or vacuums or pure water purifiers. Those things you sell to your friends one time, they purchase one time, they're out of business. Unless you go cold calling to random people that you don't know. My gosh, that's really hard, guys. This is a consumable product. When people purchase the starter pack, 93% of them repurchase month after month after month, at least 2 to 3 products. Why? Why are we really different? Because it works. That's why we're really different. This business model is one of the best in the world by Richard Branson and Tony Robbins. Richard Branson says every person should have a small business for tax write-off benefits. There's a woman in my hometown who has been in a tax write-off, and she was going to get $900 back on her taxes because she got involved with Pure, and she was able to write off her expenses for getting the business started, which was her family's health, and any other expenses that she had acquired throughout the year with Pure. She ended up getting $3,900 back on her taxes. So if you're watching this in small business for tax write-off benefits, Richard Branson knows what he's talking about. Tony Robbins loves this business model because of the small investment that it takes to get started. The investment here for me was less than the monthly overhead for my skincare retail store, and we ate our investment. So I thought it wasn't a real business. The monthly what I was already purchasing. So essentially the monthly overhead for me was zero. That's why these guys say this business is brilliant. The ability to leverage your time. Whoever invited you here tonight, all they did take a look. You've got to take a look at this. I'm doing the work. I'm giving the information to you. So literally all we do is invite people to take a look. And anybody that purchases as a result of you telling them, you're going to get paid. It's really, really fantastic, guys. And again, I started because it was in a clinical practice, 3-year waiting list for people to get on this system. And they thought, that's not there. This information out to people. And they could have put it in a Whole Foods or health food stores and hired a marketing firm. I would have never found it that way. They chose to do mouth-to-mouth advertising. And how often do you, I recommend people to read books and watch movies and the local pediatric dentist all the time. I never get paid. I don't surpass what I made as a PA within a couple of years and now far exceed that. And now I actually could even stop doing that. So guys, I just went to a total different connection. I'm hoping that it works better. I apologize for going in and out. obviously have no control over the Wi-Fi. So I just tried a different connection and we're going to see what happens. Hopefully this works a little bit better. Again, I apologize. I have no control in Montana. So here we go again. Okay, so I was attracted to how it started, a word of mouth advertising, and I will tell you, we're all toxic. And this is the information that I actually learned while I was studying nutrition after my nephew's diagnosis of autism. I learned that we're all toxic, that we're all lacking in nutrition, that we're all drinking out of plastic water bottles, that there's microparticles of plastic in all of our bloodstreams. And that was scary. And I knew I needed to do better for my family because we were seeing the results of this toxicity in our lives. We're out of balance. We're eating acidic foods like meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, bread. We're not getting enough sleep. We're not getting enough exercise. And it's killing us. Cancer is growing in our country every single year. It's normal now for everybody to know somebody who has cancer. That's not normal, guys. And we're lacking in nutrition. All you have to do is walk into a local school's lunchroom with the kids. We're just not getting the nutrition that our grandparents got. Studies have come out showing the kids in America are getting less than 50% of them are getting the vitamins and minerals that they're supposed to get. You think you can get it all from food? A study 12 years ago showed that's not true. You have to eat 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat in 2010 to get the nutrition you need in 2010 that our grandparents got from one of each of those things. This is why we have an obesity pandemic in our country. The cleanse, balance, build is truly the answer. It's a centuries-old philosophy, and this company used it in clinical practice for 30 years. We have more doctors joining us literally every week. Why would medical doctors be partnering with this company to recommend it to their patients? Multiple products in the physician's desk reference. You guys, this is powerful, powerful stuff. Now, there's over 50 products that the company offers. I always focus in on the starter package. I started with the family package, which had the starter pack plus the sports line, plus the metabolic reset, plus the vegan shakes, like all the good stuff, the colloidal silver, all the good stuff. But I always want to make sure that people know, don't pick and choose a few things. Don't try to just replace your vitamin, because it will be very common if someone picks 1 or 2 things for us to check in on you in 2 weeks and you say, I don't really feel a difference. What we found is 93 out of 100 people who start with this package repurchase. Why do they repurchase? Because they feel a difference. I'm not here because of what happens in the first 30 days, the weight loss, the more energy, the better sleep, the mood improvement, the pain reduction, the bowel habit improvement. I'm not here for that. You're going to hear a great testimony on that in a moment. I'm here because of the lab results I've seen in the 2nd and 3rd month, things that you do not see with prescription medications. So whether we're talking about the plant omegas, omega-3s are essential for the brain to work the way it's supposed to work. We have to have it daily, or the sulfur that decreases inflammation. If you struggle with migraines or allergies or sleep or insomnia or ADHD or PMS or hot flashes or fatigue or trouble losing weight, you need a servicing. It's like taking your car in for a servicing once every 10,000 miles. If you don't, it's not going to make it 200,000 miles. When was the last time you serviced your body? And if you think of going to the doctor's office and getting some prescriptions as a servicing, think again. Prevention is better than prescription, guys, all day long. If you're over 40 or you're on prescriptions, you need to look seriously at the Core Complete. Each of these superfruits have been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown, thousands of years, for specific things like reflux, mood, circulation, libido, pain, allergies, asthma, of which has increased in the last 20 years in America because of our diets, our toxicity, and our lack of movement and acidity. Okay, but in the last 3 decades, these things have been studied in our country. So again, if you are struggling with a health issue, prevention is better than prescription. These are the 6 things people typically notice in their first 30 days on the Core Complete: better sleep, more energy, less pain, better bowel habits, whether you go too much or too little, reduction in reflux, better mood, and weight loss. I lost 32 pounds my first 3 months doing this. We now have a metabolic reset program that will blow your mind. And it's starting January 2nd with cash prizes. So if you're interested in losing weight, you eat too much, you drink too much, you know you need to make a change, ask about the metabolic reset. These are my boys. They've been taking these products every morning since they were toddlers. Now they pour it themselves. These are the superfruits. This is the vitamin. This is the calcium. You can see some little capsules there. There's are the immune boosters, because this was before school last year during the pandemic. This was my youngest when he was 8, drinking it in the morning. I have other videos of them when they were toddlers. My boys in 30 seconds get more nutrition than their entire class gets in a week. It's really easy to do. Now we put it in smoothies. Oftentimes we have training videos where you can watch us showing you how to put it in smoothies, French toast, waffles, pancakes. We teach you how to do these things. I know I'm talking fast. I have a group of people waiting next door and my internet keeps going out. This website, purelifechangers.com, has all the information you need to make an educated decision about what your interest level is. We have doctors educating on the products, people's live testimonies on how the products have affected them. This website, some of you are on right now, you can use the search box to type in whatever ailment you're struggling with and see what other people's results have been. No claims about what's going to happen for you, but just put the puzzle pieces together, guys. It's not hard to figure out what can truly happen here. So I started for my family's simplicity of getting good nutrition in. The results were so phenomenal in 3 months. When my nephew started speaking, I felt, oh my gosh, I have to share this. And so then I began to share it just because I did not believe you could make money with this. It was my CPA who convinced me it was a business. And then the checks began to come in. And then they matched what I made as a PA. And then they surpassed what I made as a PA. I went to school for 8.5 years and spent $100,000 on my education. And this little thing that I was doing like 30 minutes a day was surpassing what I made as a PA. This is crazy, right? So that's why I'm sharing this with you today. And I'm going to bring on my friend, Matt. So I didn't know Matt prior to Pure. Actually, my brother told Matt about this, and he is changing a lot of lives. And I'm so excited for you guys to get another viewpoint on why you should be looking at this. I could literally do testimonies for hours, guys. We don't have time for that tonight, but there are videos where people are sharing for hours their results and why they do this. And so, Matt, thanks for being patient with us tonight. This has been a little crazy. He's going to share with you his feedback on Pure.
Hey, Rachel, your connection's much better now. So that's great. Yeah, me and my wife got started with Pure a little over a year ago whenever Rachel's brother Josh introduced this to me. And I didn't know Josh at the time, and now we became real close friends through the business. And, you know, I really wasn't looking for another business when this was presented to me. But I was watching the presentation. Josh intrigued me enough to watch the presentation. As I was watching the presentation, I heard Rachel keep mentioning something about time freedom. I'm a business owner and I own 4 other businesses, and my wife is a school teacher, so we are very busy. But I heard her mention time freedom, and I knew that working 6 to 7 days a week just wasn't the answer if I wanted to spend time with my family. So we really dug into the research on Pure, and we decided to join with the family pack. We come in big because we wanted everything that Pure had to offer. And as a business owner, I know that return on investment is very important. So we wanted it all. Immediately when we got our products in, we started taking them and started feeling results. I think within the first couple of days, I could tell that my digestive system was getting better. I was one that suffered from severe IBS and severe acid reflux. For years, I was diagnosed with IBS when I was in middle school, and it just kind of carried on into my adult life. When I was about in my early 20s, I was sent to the hospital for having chest pains. I thought I was having heart problems because that runs bad in my family. Turns out I was having acid reflux that was making me feel like I was having a heart attack. I was pretty healthy at the time. I was young. I was scared. So they put me on reflux medication, and they had to try like several different brands until they kind of narrowed it down to one that actually helped. Even still with the prescription, I struggled with it on a daily basis. If I wasn't real careful with the foods that I ate, I would literally throw my foods up on a daily basis. And it got to the point where I would aspirate in my sleep. I would wake my wife up, you know, aspirating and not being able to breathe. And that's a scary, you know, some people may think, well, you know, reflux is not a big issue, but when you wake up and you can't breathe, that's pretty scary. So it was just, you know, it was kind of debilitating on my life. But Pure has absolutely changed my digestive system for the better. Lisa was able to lose about 30 pounds after having our second child, Lakin, about a year ago, just by simply taking the Core Plus. In 3 months, she lost 30 pounds at the age of 40 years old. And she still feels good today. Our energy levels are sky high. These products are amazing. My 10-year-old son doesn't have to take over-the-counter allergy medicine anymore. He was taking a lot of allergy medicine because his allergies were so bad. Now he don't. He enjoys taking the products. He asks for the mangosteen and the Goyan every night before we go to bed. That's great. But as good as the products have been for us, to me as a business owner, the business side of Pure has been amazing. We've been earning weekly checks since about the third month in, and it's simply because we were following the system. We were sharing this information with people. We were getting them on the phone with somebody in the upline that can explain to them about the products, about the comp plan. That's where the leverage really kicks in, is you don't have to be an expert here. You just get someone that's interested on the phone with an expert like Rachel or Josh or Lindley, and they can answer all the questions. So the weekly checks, the sponsor bonus, there's several different ways that we get paid here. And we have just really enjoyed being in Pure. We love the relationships. We love the help that it brings our family. And we can't see ourselves going anywhere. So thank you again, Rachel, for having me on tonight. I'm glad we got our connection going, and look forward to what the future brings for Pure.
Thank you so much, Matt. Yep, sorry about the connection again, guys. I think I've got it fixed by connecting to my cell phone, so that's good. So we have, again, as I said, multiple stories, just like Matt. I could share stories all night long, but as I come to an end here, I want you guys to know that we're doing this because we want to change a lot of lives. That's my goal. So when you start thinking about the future, this is why I use the Amazon analogy. The future is e-commerce. Everybody's buying online. You could go on Amazon and look for omega-3s and calcium, but it's like, oh, which one do I buy? You're going and reading the reviews. You buy the one with the green leaf because that's what your parents always bought. You're going to purchase something, you want to make sure it works. A 30-day satisfaction is huge. The next trillion-dollar industry is health and wellness. You guys, I joined for simplicity. I'm still here today because we are changing lives. You can go on livepure.com right now. Throw what you want. You've heard the family pack multiple times. If you have a family of 4 or more, you need to get the family pack. If you're interested in the core complete, or maybe our reset, which I was just talking about, we're going to have cash transformation challenge starting January 2nd. Get started with the Reset Plus. You can really start wherever you want to start. When you go to checkout, it's going to ask you, do you want to save 25%? Yeah, I want to save 25%. You give them your email address. There's no fee to be a preferred customer, and there's no obligation to purchase again. There's a 93% chance that you will. If you do choose to go on the Smart Chip program, that's what makes our products more affordable than our competitors. So don't choose retail, choose preferred customer if you're looking at the products. But maybe you're like Matt, and you're like, I'm a fan of a business, or you're sitting here worried about the money right now. Like, how much is it going to be? I've already spent all my Christmas money. I have nothing extra. If that's you, you need to seriously be thinking about becoming a business owner. If you're thinking of other people that need to hear this right now, it's $49 to get started in the business. Now, you know why I laughed at the startup cost. I was like, this is not a business. But really, when you begin sharing it with others, and it's as easy as that phone call, hey, I found something amazing. Can you jump online with me for 10 minutes tonight to take a look? You'll know in the first 10 minutes if it's for you or not. And if you find 10 customers who order 3 to 4 products a month, you're going to make 400 a month. And this is what started happening for me. I'm getting checks at 400, I'm getting checks at 800, I'm getting checks of 1,000. And I'm like, this is paying me more than my skincare store is. And the overhead is like, there is no overhead. It was essentially what I was already purchasing. So I was a little blown away. And then what would happen was, like my story with Betty, my customers started becoming business builders, and they started telling people. And before I knew it, I had these teams all over the country and then all over the world that were sharing it and sharing videos while I was sleeping. And I'd wake up and people had been purchasing while I was sleeping. So think about it like a vending machine. If you've ever thought of having a vending machine on the side of the interstate, giving out Pepsi and Cheetos, which is essentially acidic death, this is health. We're giving life. People are like, thank you so much. They run out of their noni and they're like, you have extra. I need to come get some more. But let's say Matt invited 20 people on tonight, and Bob's already texting him like, I'm in. I need to get healthy. My life is crazy. I work 14 hours a day. I need to do something to get out of the situation I'm in, and I need to get healthier. Put me in your tree. Matt's building 2 teams and only 2 teams. If Kristen then reach out and says, I'm in as well, Bob's going to go on one leg, Kristen's going to go on the other. Well, what does he do with Beth and Linda when they reach out and say, I'm in? He's going to put them on either Bob or Kristen's team. And then when Beth starts to share, her people are going to go on Bob's team too. What does that mean? Well, Bob's going to get emails from the company. Congratulations, Beth joined your team. Congratulations, Liz joined your team. Bob's like, I haven't even done anything. I joined, I'm working, I haven't even done anything. What's happening? Essentially, Matt is building a savings account for Bob. And every time one of those people purchases, it goes into a savings account for Bob. If he chooses to tell anyone and begin to build a business, he begins to start cashing in on that savings account. I tell you this because timing is important. Would you rather be Leah down at the bottom or Bob up at the top? You'd rather be Bob. Get your questions answered tonight. It's $49 to enroll as a business builder. That's waived if you're a military student or you get one of our business packs. The monthly overhead is about $135 a month. As long as that is purchased by you or one of your customers, you are eligible to get checks every single week. You should be spending that much on your health. It's your number one asset, you guys. You should be spending that on your health. Prevention is better than prescription, and you can tell when this works. You set this up, it doesn't go through for 4 weeks, and they send an email before it goes out with a click of a button. You can delete it, you can edit, you can cancel it, or you can edit it. Very easy. And then you go place your first order, and you can order whatever you want. Okay. You can order just the Core Plus. You can order whatever you want. But if you're looking at the business, I want to encourage you to stretch and get the family package. It's actually $4,000 worth of products for $2,500. And through tonight, we have a coupon for you that will give you an additional 20% off, making it $4,000 worth of products for $2,000. Plus, you get your membership fee waived, you get your shipping waived, you get in the company star bonus program, which makes you eligible for additional bonuses. And with this one, you get in my VIP mentorship program, where you have the access to our top leaders, as well as myself coaching you to make sure that you are getting where you need to go with your 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of training and what you're doing, working your business. This also gives you a 30-day satisfaction guarantee and 4 coupons that you can give to the people you're sharing with. Another great business package is our Reset Plus, $14.99. It's actually $2,000 worth of products for $14.99, but with the coupon, you get it for $1,200. This also gives you the training that you can do from your phone, 30 minutes a day. It doesn't get you in the VIP mentorship program, but it waives your shipping and it waives the $49 fee, and it gives you these 4 coupons. But again, you can start wherever you want. Core Plus is $289, less than $10 a day for your first 30 days, which is your month of servicing. The average person does that and then goes forward with 2 to 3 products. It's a great starting place if you cannot go to the higher level. If you can go to the higher level and you ask the question, how long does it take me to get my money back? Well, you start inviting. We very quickly teach you how to invite. When you have 4 people come in with the same package you came in with, you've made your investment back. Or you've actually paid for your family's entire health. These people who've come in have paid for your family's entire health. Your investment in this business is actually purchasing food and supplementation that you eat. So you guys go to LivePure today, livepure.com, add what you want to your shopping cart, go check out, choose whether you want to be an IBO, business owner, or a preferred customer, and enter the name of the person who invited you. And let me remind you that there is no cap to what you can make. You can make whatever you want to make here. So when I started getting checks weekly, I was like, wait a minute. I'm spending so little time on this right now. What if I actually spent 2 hours a day on this? What if I called 10 people a day instead of 3 people a day? What would happen? And that's when the checks began to grow. I could go to New Zealand tomorrow, shut my computer, shut my phone down, take my kids and my husband to New Zealand for 2023, and I'd make more money in 2023 than I did in 2022 because of the work I've done consistently for the last 15 years. What are you doing right now that will pay you for decades to come with 30 minutes of persistent, consistent work 5 days a week? We tell you exactly what to do. You guys get your questions answered. I apologize for the internet's in and out tonight. Again, we're in Montana. I don't really have control over that. I will be live again tomorrow at noon with a better internet connection, as well as 8 p.m. So noon Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. If you have somebody you want to invite, get started so that you can be trained on how to invite them. But again, it's an easy phone call. And I hope I get to meet you. I hope you get into our VIP program where we can mentor you and coach you and take you where you want to go. Really, really nice to spend the evening with you guys. God bless. And I hope that at the very least, you start thinking about what you're putting into your body and what your financial future looks like.